Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no. You know something, girls? The more that I think about it, I think every night on this island is beautiful. I'm really thankful I moved back home when I had the opportunity 15 years ago. When you can't see the ocean for 15 months of your life over a year, it really emotionally affects you. Let me say that. And I think it is an incredible opportunity when casts of Descendants and Zombies have the opportunity to create a movie in front of so many beautiful sceneries, like created by oceans that are inspired by so many beautiful characters. It is unbelievable. And for the life of me, I don't know why they didn't choose this location to shoot Descendants or Zombies, especially with how mermaids are going to be seeing their introduction into the Zombies franchise by the time we get to Zombies 5 in 2027. I want to say thank you so much to each and every one of you for all the love and support you've shown this YouTube channel again today. Throughout today, so many people have been hitting the subscribe button and opening up their hearts to me when they could have been opening up their hearts and showing love and appreciation to anybody who creates these videos on YouTube. And to be honest with each and every one of you, the more that I analyze it and the more that I see every day on YouTube when it comes to Descendants and Zombies videos, because I do YouTube Descendants and Zombies videos to see what this YouTube channel is up against. And there isn't really much in the way of variety. And I want to say I'm really sorry to each and every one of you. I want to apologize for how people have really let you down with Descendants and Zombies videos, because they have done nothing more than let you down. I have a greater appreciation for Descendants and Zombies than anybody who's ever created a YouTube channel devoted to Descendants and Zombies, and I will forever and always be here giving you a piece of my heart and sharing with you all these emotional stories about my life that tie in significantly to Descendants for the imprint and impact it's had on all of my life. For all of my life, for the better part of at least 10.5 years, this franchise has significantly impacted me and giving me the honor of sitting behind this podcast microphone every single night of my life to talk to you about Descendants and Zombies and how I feel about it. My heart goes out to every single little girl who wants to watch a Descendants and Zombies video on her phone, on her tablet, who cuddles with her teddy bear every single night, hoping that we will see a Descendants 5 or Descendants 6, whatever. Thank you so much for all the love and support you have shown this YouTube channel, and I hope you will continue to show for many years to come, because this YouTube channel will be around for many years to come. I am going to join you for what is an incredible ride that we are all on, that you girls have got me on, really a journey. Because every night of my life I would get emails about Descendants and Zombies, or Dove Cameron, or Kylie Cantrell, about how this was happening, or this was transpiring in Kylie's life. People wanted me to help them make sense of it, and to give my thoughts on it, and to really help Kylie Cantrell and Dove Cameron out of the situations that they were in. I want to say thank you so much, because I was just somewhere in the world that I didn't want to be. I was talking about or covering something on assignment I didn't want to cover. I wasn't getting enough attention for what I was covering, or what I was talking about, or what I was writing about for a written column. And this niche has been incredibly supportive of me from the very first video that was uploaded. The story is, girls showed up at my house on Halloween dressed up as their favorite Descendants characters. I love them so much for it. I could never tell them how much I love them for it and how much I appreciated them for inspiring me to create these videos. But they were after me for a long time to create Descendants and Zombies videos and to create a channel that was devoted to Descendants and Zombies. And I've loved them forever for inspiring me to do that. And I had a lot of motivation coming from a lot of hosts that I had hosted shows with and friends that I had in high school. I had this one really good friend. He called me one night and he said, "You hadn't uploaded a video in a really long time. What was going on with you, Jonathan? You needed to go back and create videos for people because you had told the story but you hadn't completed it," in his words. And he inspired me to go back and create this YouTube channel for each and every one of you and upload videos that would inspire you and encourage you that we would see Descendants 5, we would see Descendants 6, we would see Zombies 5 with mermaids and witches, vampires, werewolves, aliens, what have you, and tell you stories about apparently there is a mothership on the way to Earth to kill us all. His name was Josh. He's the guy that I talk about who blows shit up on his YouTube channel when it comes to science projects. But he really wanted me to upload videos for each and every one of you, and he's been a really good friend of mine and been incredibly supportive of my videos. I have other girls that I'm friends with on YouTube who upload cringy videos, who really can't make sense of the Descendants or Zombies videos, or videos having anything to do with Disney princesses. I understand where they're coming from, but I think that my heart lies and forever will and always will lie with each and every one of you. It really has. I honestly, there were a lot of times in my life that I couldn't make sense of what I was doing, where I was in the world, what I was talking about on my show. I didn't think it was attracting enough people. And ever since I discovered about the power of Descendants and zombies and I fell in love with this niche, I wish that I was in possession of a pocket watch, not only to go back in time to fix all the mistakes that I've made in my life, because I will admit to each and every one of you that I'm far from perfect. With me, what you see is what you get. So sometimes I will jump on this podcast and I will create a funny video in an effort just to put a smile on your face. Other times I will create a video that I appreciate Kylie Cantrell and Mila Baker for being here and having the torch passed to them and doing such a fabulous job. What I don't agree with is how all the guys in their life, these idiot guys that I refer to them as, treating them the way that they have and really making them feel down on their luck when they don't need to be feeling down on their luck, because they are true inspirations to so many wonderful people. They inspired me to move into a house near a soda plantation, a chemical plant, and a noodle shop. Believe it or not, I live 5 minutes away from a noodle shop, which I never have to want to work at because my YouTube channel will fail. And I'm hoping that it's never going to fail, because conveniently enough, I found this house near a chemical plant, a soda plantation, and now a noodle shop, and they are currently constructing Taco Bell in the city next to me. So I know that Ruby Rose Turner is addicted to Taco Bell and tacky chips, so maybe we can make something happen if Ruby would be so kind to come live with me and shoot Descendants 6 and be a part of it, because I think there is a place for Ruby and Descendants forever and always. I'll take her to Taco Bell, and I will propose to her through the drive-thru window of Taco Bell if I work there by the time I meet Ruby. Can you imagine that? Ruby driving up to Taco Bell and I proposing to Ruby through the window. I forever and always loved Ruby so much, and I think that she has been so passionate about every opportunity and every role that she's been given. If there was ever a girl who ran with a specific opportunity to be Bridget, or to be a character for Orange is the New Black, or going back as far as Coop and Cammy Ask the World, or to sing in a music video for Ruby Rock and Mirror for Disney Channel, it was Ruby. Ruby took the most of every opportunity that she was given and made the most of it, and inspired so many people to become an actress, to get involved with the music industry, which is very difficult. My heart goes out to people like Kylie Cantrell, who have had their heart broken for creating EPs with songs such as Goodie Bag, Denim, and See You Tonight. Beautiful songs that deserve far more credit than they were ever given, but it is a consistent struggle to create music independently. I've been on the radio for forever. So my radio show premiered in 1999 when dial-up internet was a hot commodity in homes, and there was no such thing as high-speed internet, so it was very restricted to how you could stream your voice. You had to do it through Winamp and Showcast. So back in 1999, I got involved with the independent music scene, got involved with Battle of the Bands, which was a constant struggle, but I did get the opportunity to meet so many beautiful girls who wanted to create music. And I remember producing so many beautiful girls who just wanted to have their voice be heard, and I remember how difficult it was for many of them. There was one girl who my heart went out to. Her name is Kristen Nicole. She has a lot of videos on YouTube. Just type in Kristen Nicole and she will pop up. I had the honor of producing a lot of her music, and I knew from the first moment that I reviewed her footage with the help of her dad, she was going to go on to become something special. And I said that same thing to about everybody that I had the honor to produce, because I had the honor to produce so many beautiful people with so many beautiful voices. But I always reminded them of how much of a constant struggle it was to put themselves out there and distribute themselves in the way that they were going to be perceived for how they wanted their image to be looked at by their fans. She ended up having over 125,000 subscribers, and to this day she hasn't uploaded the video in over 13 years. And I miss her dearly, but I know she went on to become one of the greatest of all time. I want to say this to Kylie Cantrell and Ruby Rose Turner: don't ever give up on your dreams. Don't ever give up on wanting to be a powerful actress or a powerful singer or producing music, because will always and forever be a constant struggle. But your dreams are never as far away as they seem to be. And if you're looking for support and you're looking for a nice guy on YouTube to hear something nice about yourself, you will always get that message and hear that through me, because I've always wanted to inspire girls who are fans of you that every dream that you have can become a reality, like you have tried to desperately convey through the power of the script, The Descendants, which is quite powerful and touched the hearts of so many people. I got that through the Worlds Collide Tour when I watched it last week. The Worlds Collide Tour has been taking the world by storm and getting great reviews, but I think that it's seen its fair share of negative reviews, and I kind of wanted to take that away. So whenever somebody looked up a video about the Worlds Collide Tour, they would find my YouTube channel. I wanted to distribute enough Descendants videos that my YouTube channel would always pop up. and it is popping up, and a lot of my videos are finding their way out into the YouTube algorithm. Now, this wouldn't have happened if not for each and every one of you. But the Worlds Collide Tour received a lot of views from my YouTube channel because of how I was very opinionated about the Worlds Collide Tour and for the connection that the stars of the show shared with the fans. It was truly unbelievable how connected you guys were with the fans through this immersive experience, about how the stars would go crowd surfing. Every opportunity they got, they were down in the crowd shaking hands and high-fiving the fans. It was just such an incredible experience. And I have this to say to everybody who was a part of the Worlds Collide Tour and made it that much more special. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving us the honor of this being such an unbelievable experience for so many people that they will never ever forget. And I have this to say about everybody who subscribed to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much from my heart to yours, because without you, I really don't know where I would be without the support that I have seen for this YouTube channel. So many girls go out of their way every single day to hit the subscribe button. And I want you to know, whatever you're going through, everything is going to be okay. And no matter how many people on YouTube create these videos about Descendants and Zombies to really discourage you from seeing Zombies 5 and Descendants 6, we will get to that point. We just don't know when. Because Disney is very limited with creative energy, and I've noticed that about Disney for forever. It's been debated whether or not Disney was really losing its creative edge for forever, but that has a lot to do with how Disney is very limited with creative energy. And I just felt as if I had a lot to offer to the Descendants and Zombies franchise as a whole, because there are so many characters we have yet to see their introduction into the franchise, so many more characters that were a part of the original Descendants trilogy who could be reintroduced to a whole new generation of Descendants fans, like Milan's daughter and what have you. I mean, it's one thing to bring in characters from Encanto and Princess and the Frog, which were phenomenal musicals in their own right. That New Orleans musical that inspired Princess and the Frog years ago was beautiful. Encanto was beautiful in its own right. But I know there are people that are going to forever be skeptical on Descendants and find the worst to review about it, but rest assured that while we have so many people criticizing Descendants and think it's funny and think it's worth criticizing, I will always be here to support you and be your beacon of light out of darkness every single time you feel as if you've encountered darkness on your journey through the woods finding Descendants and Zombies videos. I've always wanted to present Descendants for the best. I've always wanted to put the stars out there for their absolute finest moments of their career, and I just want their legacies to be secured for the future. Even if it's 100 years from now and that they're talked about and still being talked about, I want them to be talked about for their brightest moments, their greatest accomplishments, and I've never ever wanted to be forgotten. Because I think a person is really defined through their legacy, and I've always wanted my legacy to have a part in the success of the Descendant stars and just be remembered for being a huge fan of Disney's Revolution, which was a time when Hannah Montana, Wizards of Waverly Place, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Jesse and Bunked, and of course Descendants and Zombies were at the heights of their popularity. This has been an honor for me to be able to sit behind this podcast microphone every night of my life, because I could be somewhere in the world tonight I didn't want to be, in the presence of people I didn't want to be. I could even be on a date in the presence of somebody who was far more than interested in anything I ever talked about. But I would rather be sitting behind this podcast microphone with a broken heart talking to you about how much I love Descendants and Zombies. And my heart is not broken because of each and every one of you. It's just broken and feels broken every day of my life because of how I was treated in relationships, how my day probably never went the way I wanted it to. But I can't complain because I have the support of each and every one of you. And as long as I know I have each and every one of you supporting me the way that you have over the last year, it's incredible. We're celebrating the 1-year anniversary of this channel. It premiered on August 5th, 2024. Since then, I put over 40,000 views on this YouTube channel. In total, over 140,000 views have happened on this YouTube channel if you think about the original videos and the new videos that have been uploaded in the way of content. But currently, right now, I sit at 40,000 views, almost 3,000 subscribers, which I hope you contribute to by hitting the subscribe button. Because one of the greatest challenges as a YouTube creator, as I've said quite often on this channel, is the hope that somebody is going to hear the person's voice and they're going to hit the subscribe button. I can only create these videos and just hope after I upload the video someone is going to subscribe and be such a huge fan of Descendants and Zombies just like I am. I remember the first time that I saw Descendants back in the summer of 2015. That would have been July 31st, 2015. Nobody knew how big Descendants was going to be, how big of an explosion it was going to be to the Disney universe, but it really was. People instantly fell in love with this from the very first song, Rotten to the Core, which is a song that's been stuck in my mind, the lyrics of it for forever, for how powerful it was, how villains were not going to take no for an answer, and they really never. The portrayal of the characters done by Sophia Carson and Kylie Cantrell and Dove Cameron, everybody as a whole, was so powerful. But I thought about Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson and how many fans were fans of them. and gave me a reason to want to drink herbal tea every night. But I think the reason why I drink herbal tea can be credited to the Alice in Wonderland characters, which I was a huge fan of. I I remember watching Kylie Cantrell on YouTube, and I watched hundreds of her videos reviewing shows like Victorious, iCarly, Sam and Cat, because I had a lot to do with the success of Victorious. I got a primetime deal for them on TV here for YTV in Canada. I had a lot to do with reviews of Ariana Grande, which were fairly better done and constructed than people who were reviewing Ariana Grande for all the mistakes and faults of her career. I think that had a lot to do with Dan Schreiner. But I think that Kylie Cantrell was one of those people that really gave the benefit of the doubt to shows like Victorious and Sam and Cat because she loved it so much. And I instantly fell in love with Kylie Cantrell and knew she had it, the it factor, and I knew she was going to be something special. And then years later, I see Kylie Cantrell crying as of February 2024, and I said something had to be done about it, and I had to become more outspoken about how people like Kylie Cantrell were feeling because her heart was really broken. I don't know if her heart was broken because she was with some idiot guy who didn't see her for what she was worth and appreciated her for her value. Because I think that there are a lot of guys out there. It really takes a genuine guy to really see inside of a girl's heart and really have a mutual understanding between she and the person that loves her so much. And it really takes a whole lot of effort to really understand a girl. And I've done that for my entire life. I've put girls before myself. I have thought about girls every night before I shut my eyes because I never ever wanted to say anything or do anything to hurt them. They are incredibly special, and they deserve a whole lot more credit than they're ever given. And really, I think that really what all a girl ever wants to do is make somebody happy. And I think that Kylie Cantrell just wanted to put everybody before herself, including her fans, and that's what causes her to become so emotional. And there's nothing wrong with having a big heart. There really isn't. And I just want Kylie Cantrell to know that she never ever did anything wrong. She's received her fair share of criticism that's reduced her to tears. And I kind of just wanted to take that away from Kylie Cantrell, as I did for Ruby Rose Turner, as I have for Dove Cameron, because the stories that I was being emailed 10 years ago were really heartbreaking. I mean, here was this beautiful girl with this unbelievable YouTube channel with over 500,000 views. People were leaving the most hurtful comments. And it really broke my heart. All she ever wanted to do was be a part of franchises she idolized since the age of 9, whether it be Descendants, whether it be High School Musical, Gabby during the Unsuitables. That's so Raven. All she ever wanted to do was be a part of something special. And she got that opportunity as Jasmine on Raven's Home, Gabby on Gabby during the Unsuitables, Tony on High School Musical, and Red on Descendants. Every franchise she idolized, she had the opportunity to be a part of. And I think that if we were a part of franchises we idolized, I always wanted to be a part of Hannah Montana and be Hannah Montana's boyfriend years ago because I had the biggest crush on Miley Cyrus. I mean, I watched reruns of Miley Cyrus for forever. I watched the latest episodes of Hannah Montana every single time a new episode would premiere. I remember being up 2 a.m. in the morning when I couldn't see the episodes of Hannah Montana years ago because I had to work and stuff. I would see it late, like between 1 and 2 a.m. in the morning. And I was a big fan of Hannah Montana. I had a huge crush on her, and I wanted to always be her love interest, just as I want to be Kylie Cantrell's love interest for Descendants. I have forever and always been incredibly supportive of these girls because I felt like they had the it factor. I really felt they had something special to offer the world and to let us know about. And I think that through the power of Hannah Montana's music, Kylie Cantrell's new music now, that EP she's got, absolutely fabulous. I love how she's promoting it. I love how she has these new TikTok videos out every morning on social media. She's doing an absolutely fabulous job, and I think she has nothing to be ashamed of or no reason to be crying. And if I have to, I will run for President of the United States. And if I run for President of the United States to give Kylie Cantrell a president she can finally be proud of, stuff is really going to hit the fan. Shit's really going to hit the fan because Kylie will finally put a smile on her face, and that smile will never ever fade. I honestly mean that because Kylie Cantrell has cried for far long enough now. She's seen her fair share of criticism and she can't make sense of it. So I just wanted to alleviate that pressure off of her shoulders because nobody knows what sort of pressure Kylie is under. She's one of the most famous celebrities in the world with 450,000 followers on social media. She should have 1 million, but she has 450,000. Ruby has about like 200,000. I think that these celebrities deserve a hell of a lot more credit than what they're being given and really need their space. Because I spoke here earlier on how a girl really, all she ever wants from a guy is her space and just to be understood. And there are a lot of idiot guys out there in the world that really can't make sense of why girls want their space and want to be understood. They want to be understood and want their space because they love you. They just can't tell you. Some girls have a very difficult time really finding their place in the world, and they just can't tell you how they really feel about you because they're introverts, because they're dealing with some mental issue. We really just have to understand where a girl is coming from, and I think that if more guys could understand, what a girl is really dealing with, because nobody knows what a struggle is inside of a girl's mind, what that struggle could be about. And I think that if we gave them more space and more understanding for having been introverts, because I know a lot of girls who are introverts, and it's quite difficult to understand a girl who prefers writing over talking. But I actually do love when a girl prefers writing over talking, because they just talk about a bunch of nonsense. But I think that they really, organize their thoughts better when they write it down. And sometimes I think that guys really don't appreciate a girl's worth more, like Ryan McCartan and Thomas Doherty. And I got that from how they treated her. And somehow I achieved worldwide popularity from wanting to a vertical suplex both of them in a nightclub somewhere, as I did for Kylie Cantrell. Jonathan Clarke's coming for you. But yeah, my heart breaks for Kylie Cantrell, man, and all I ever wanted to do was just be incredibly supportive of her and just create videos where she wouldn't be so scared to YouTube herself or to Bing herself and find out something about herself that she didn't want to hear. So I wanted to kind of alleviate that pressure and take it away from her, because I know what it's like to be you and be huge fans of Kylie Cantrell, because I was there 15 years ago. I was such a huge fan of Kylie Cantrell, just like all of you are now. You're fans of her for her role as Red on Descendants. I'm fans of her for her YouTube show. And that kind of just carried over to her role as Red on Descendants, which I think she did an awesome job with. And I think that the people who are criticizing her are real pieces of shit. I have to say that. They are real pieces of shit for criticizing Kylie Cantrell, for being someone that each and every one of you love so much. And I just want to apologize for all the negative reviews you have seen and read about Descendants and watched on YouTube and had no other choice to watch on YouTube. Which is why I'm kind of hoping you're going to subscribe here. Because that same love that you've shared for Descendants for what feels like forever for all of you, I've shared in that same passion. And I've never ever wanted to take that away from you. All I've ever wanted to do is go out of my way to create really nice videos about Descendants and zombies. And I like to believe that I've done that. I know I've said a lot of crazy things about having to want to work at a noodle shop or Five Nights at Freddy's, 5 minutes away from my house, how I lived across the road from a vampire for years, which is a story I've told 1,000 times because it is actually quite funny, how I lived with a werewolf and contemplated shooting him, and you guys haven't lived until you've lived with a werewolf and thought about shooting him between midnight and 1 a.m. every morning when he howls at the moon. He opens up the window and he howls at the moon. I was living with this guy. The next thing I knew, he was scratching himself, he was opening up the window, and he was howling at the moon. I said, holy shit, werewolf. And if I would have had some silver bullets on hand, which is the only way, never forget, the only way to kill a werewolf is by using silver bullets and loading up your ammunition, I probably would have shot him. Now, I've heard reports that he's dead now. I haven't talked to him in years, but that has yet to be confirmed. But I know I've told a lot of crazy stories on this YouTube channel, but I like to believe that each and every one of you have fallen in love with this YouTube channel because a really sweet guy hosts this show. And I know it's really rare to find a guy on YouTube talking about Descendants and zombies, but I know how popular it is. And I should say, dare I say, I know how much it means to each and every one of you, so you're going to have to forgive me. I'm a real sweetheart. I love you guys so much, and I just, it's really an honor. I feel as if it's an honor to be able to sit behind this podcast microphone and connect with each and every one of you about the same passion that brought us all together. I was a real nerd that used to chase after the school bus until some girl that I had a really huge crush on would stop the bus. I know that a girl that I used to be with in theater arts class, I was so much in love with her, and it wasn't until the last day of school she told me that she loved me. And every day she would get the bus driver to stop the bus because some guy was getting the bus to speed up so I'd miss the bus every morning. Oh God, she was gorgeous. Her name was Jillian. I have no idea where she is. And now I have this friend who doesn't even want to see a butterfly get hurt. So if she sees a butterfly land on her window, she's so passionate about it. She's like, don't hurt the butterfly. And I love her so much for that, because I don't think there was ever enough kindness seen in this world. And I think that this YouTube channel has succeeded in spreading that message of kindness with your guys' help. I couldn't have done it without each and every one of you. I want you all to know that I love you so much, and there's no place in the world I would rather be than having the honor to have sit behind this podcast microphone for what feels like forever, and to have reviewed Descendants and Zombies in a way that I think it's been meant to be reviewed for what feels like forever. I just want to say I love you guys so much, and I honestly don't know where I would be without each and every one of you. So as I head headed on the graveyard shift tonight, and an alien mothership approaches Earth every day, getting closer to kill us all. Or at least that's what reports are suggesting on USA Today. I don't know how much of that can be confirmed. Hey Google, is there an alien mothership on the way to Earth to kill us all?
I don't know, but I found these results on search.
Okay, so what she's pulled up is apparently there are reports of an alien mothership on its way to Earth between now and November 2025 to kill us all, and they are listing certain preparations we all have to undergo. Oh well, if an alien mothership is on the way to Earth to kill us all, I'm good to go. I'll die. Because there's no other group of beautiful people that I would love to die with than each and every one of you. So alien mothership, bring your worst. The most I can promise you is that I will try to kick your ass, but if I die, I'm good to go, because this niche has been incredibly supportive of each and every one of me, really, and I love you so much. So if an alien mothership is on its way to Earth to kill us all, then I'm good to die. Thank you so much for all the love and support you've shown this YouTube channel. Be kind to one another. We will do this all over again tomorrow morning, and I hope you will join me for that video. So if you have not subscribed, be sure to do it. I love you all. Good night to each and every one of you. And as you shut your eyes tonight, know we are looking at the same moon. And I have this to say to each and every one of you, because we are looking at the same moon, just know everything is going to be okay. Why is everything going to be okay? Because it has to be, and you will find your light. I know that I have a very beautiful voice, and I should be the Prince and Descendants, because I believe that everybody will find their light. But only you can make that happen by hitting the subscribe button, so we can all say, Mitchell Hope who? I mean, Jonathan Clarke should have been the Prince of Descendants for years, because he believes that you will find your light. And all I ever want you to do is to hold on to that belief, because you will find that light. No matter how long it takes you to find it, you just have to look a little bit closer at the stars to know that you will find that light. Good night to each and every one of you. I love you so much. We will do this again tomorrow morning. Be kind to one another, because kindness really does go a long way in this world.